Super Wild Card Weekend. 2 games on Saturday, 3 games on Sunday, 1 game Monday night. Let's start with the first game of the Wild Card. This is a good one, Travis. This is your team opening up the playoffs here. The Raiders go into Cincinnati. I'm curious to see who you go with. I'm gonna assume you're gonna go with.
Please, Lord. Guys, I'm gonna be praying all night. I'm praying tonight, tomorrow, the day after that. I'm praying. Please, Raiders. I don't know what we gotta do. I'm never gonna go against my Raiders.
So yeah,
I gotta go with my Raiders. But are we gonna lose? Probably. But
the fact that you guys even got here, though, it deserves a lot of credit, actually.
I also want to say I want Rich Bisaccia to be a head coach of the year, because people, they talk about records and stuff, but let's look at what happened with the Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
What other team has been through what we've been through this entire year?
And still even be there.
And to make the playoffs?
No, credit, man, to this Raiders team. Seriously, for even being in this spot. Yeah. I understand why you'd go with the Raiders, and I think this game is actually a lot closer than people might be saying it is. I do think the Raiders can go and fight, especially as a team that's red hot. But the thing I gotta say about the Bengals too is they gave Burrow a bye week, and before that, Joe Burrow was probably the hottest quarterback in football.
So now it's going.
500 yards passing one game, then he goes back and follows it with 400 yards passing and 4 passing touchdowns.
He had about 1,000 in 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks, he had 1,000 yards passing. I have to go Bengals. I can't go against what this offense brings and a solid enough defense to still make sure that things don't get out of hand on the other end, that every game doesn't go to a shootout.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I like this Bengals team. And again, me and Travis have said, this is a team that can actually make a run. They can. They could go after this week, say they go after this week and they go into Tennessee. I wouldn't put Tennessee a full guarantee to win that one either.
A lot of crazy stuff can happen.
Exactly. Man. So I gotta go Bengals, but I can't get mad at going for the Raiders either because they are a team in rhythm, and I know you're just a fan, so you're biased as well.
Not biased.
Next one, Patriots Bills.
It's kind of iffy, honestly, for me, because the Patriots, they have Mac Jones, who's never played in the playoffs before, and anybody who knows playoff any sport. It's completely different.
It's a different environment. You have teams playing at a much higher intensity.
Yeah, because it matters. So I would go with the Bills, but I have faith in Bill Belichick to get the job done. So I'm going to go with the Patriots.
Again, I talked about this, and Patriots are ranked 12th here on my power rankings, remember. But playoffs are also a game of mismatches.
Yeah.
And I do think the Patriots, if this is going to be a third matchup now, you're giving Belichick 2 games now to already have experience playing you. And first of all, too, it's in Buffalo, so either it's going to be a cold weather game or hopefully they get a good weather game. I still think either way, the Patriots outmatch the Bills.
Yeah, it's just like the Niners and the Rams. The Rams are better, but
with a better defense, with a pass defense as good as the Patriots, as well as a rush defense, and then the Patriots relying more on that rushing game going against a bad Bills rushing defense. I just think the Patriots are a mismatch for the Bills. And I know the Bills beat them in New England, which was a big win that won them the division. But I think I see Bill Belichick getting them here in this point. I got to go New England. Now, Eagles-Bucks.
I think the Eagles have a great shot, man. I really like what Jalen Hurts has done.
Are you going with sarcasm here? Or
sounded like sarcasm, right?
Yeah, but do you believe that?
But honestly,
I'm curious.
The Bucks, Antonio Brown's gone, Chris Godwin's gone. Their defense is kind of in hole a little bit. They're just losing to Richard Sherman. But the only reason why I'm going to go with the Bucks is because the Eagles rely heavily on running. The Bucks have the best running defense.
One of the best running defenses.
That you could possibly have. So they're going to win.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. Actually, I think the Eagles can give them a fight, especially because most of the teams that I've ever seen beat Tom Brady have been good rushing teams because they're able to keep the ball out of his hands. But I can't go against Tom Brady at home in the playoffs.
No.
Even though this Bucks team is hurt, I still think they are a better team than the Eagles. And I think the Eagles, remember, this is a fresh Eagles team to the playoffs, a lot of these players. I know they won the Super Bowl, 4 years ago? But this is a much different team now.
No, I don't even think they have one player.
They have a couple guys, Brandon Graham, and they have a couple guys, Barnett, I still believe is on the team. So they have guys that have been in this situation before. But on the offensive end, besides like Kelsey at the center spot, when it comes to the skill position players, this is all new to them. Miles Sanders never been in the playoffs before. Jalen Hurts.
He hasn't even had a winning season before.
This is only his second season. Devontae Smith is a rookie. This is the team that's gonna get a rude awakening to the playoffs. I don't think it's going to. I think it's gonna be a very low scoring game, if I'm gonna be quite honest.
My prediction is that the Eagles do not score that much at all. I'm gonna give them, like you said, but I think the Bucks will score.
I'll give them 14.
I think the Bucks will score 30.
Wow, 30. Okay. I think it'd still be a fairly close game, like 10-point difference.
All right.
Now, my game of the week.
It's mine too.
It's his too. The rivalry has been renewed. The Niners go into Dallas for a mid-Sunday game. Who do you have in that one?
Man, this is so obviously. I've been raised in the Bay Area. I hate Cowboy fans, but I hate Niner fans even more. So both teams, I really wish neither of them made it to the playoffs.
Just sound like a hater, man. Jeez.
Yeah. I'm sorry, being honest here, but like I said earlier, Jimmy Garoppolo is not going to be able to handle Michael Parsons.
You don't think?
And Trayvon Diggs is going to have an interception in this game.
Okay, so you're going with the Cowboys.
I'm going with the Cowboys.
I'm going with the Niners, and it's not even a part of my bias. The reason why, again, we've said this, it's rhythm and it's matchups that are huge in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. And I've seen the Cowboys lose to a Cardinals team because they couldn't handle their rushing offense.
The Niners are pretty good at
rushing. And now the Niners are probably one of the best rushing offenses in the league, if not the best. Right?
About right.
And then you have a defense that can put pressure on Prescott with only 4 and still be able to have guys in coverage to try to help out against Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb. They don't have Michael Gallup because Michael Gallup's out for the season. Mm. You know what I mean? I have the Niners. I do think the Niners match up well against this Cowboys team. If this run game can get going, we won't have to rely on Garoppolo to win us this game.
Yeah.
And Garoppolo, all he'll have to do is not lose us the game.
Yeah, I think
just play smart football.
That's the big X factor right there. If Jimmy Garoppolo has to win the game, you guys lost.
We'll see how it goes, but I do think this rush offense can get a lot going against this Cowboys team. So I have the Niners. Next one. Can we call this like the dud of the week? The worst game of like the past few seasons?
The Chiefs versus the Steelers.
This has got to be one of the worst wildcard matches I've seen in a while. I think. We know who wins. The Chiefs win by a mile.
45-3. And Ben Roethlisberger.
Let's give him 6. Let's be nice. 6. It's Big
Ben Roethlisberger, his very last game of his entire career, goes out real sad, and Patrick Mahomes is feeling great. Jackson Mahomes is hitting
It's in Kansas City. The Steelers are not ready for this at all, especially on the offensive end. Yeah, I think the world knows that the Steelers aren't going to beat the Chiefs.
Me and Jackson Mahomes going to be getting litty, man.
Okay. Monday Night Football. Now, this is another game that... This was a good game.
This could have been game of the week as well.
I was about to say, this is probably my second choice. Actually, I put the Raiders-Bengals as my second choice. I really am hyped for that game. Cardinals-Rams. In LA, but does that really matter? Is that really a home game?
Because, honestly, the Rams, they don't really have a lot of fans in LA.
They're still kind of new to it.
Because it's not like the Chargers, where they went from San Diego to LA. Mm-hmm. The Rams are from Missouri.
Yeah, they went to St. Louis. Now, I know they have an old fan base because they used to be the LA Rams way back then. But they were gone for so long, they have to wait a lot of fans.
It's not like the Raiders where we've been in California and then Nevada's like right there, so it's not.
I expect it to be a 50-50.
Yeah.
In that one, because Cardinals fans, I don't think they travel, or Cardinals fans aren't as prominent in LA like Niner fans are. Because you got to think of it like this too, and I love how we're talking about the fans, not the actual game right now. But, I imagine a lot of people in LA, when the Rams left, they had to find a team, so they probably went with the team that's in California. That's why you see a lot of Raiders fans
and
Niner fans in LA. So either way, I don't expect home field to be too much of a big deal here in this game. It's just the teams going up against each other.
And honestly, so D-Hop is not playing this game like 95%.
You think, is that what you heard? Or is
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he's not playing this game. He's a big factor.
That's a big factor.
I think it's right before we started the show, I looked and said he's most likely not playing.
See, and that's someone who could go against Jalen Ramsey there and try to get it. So now you got Ramsey on who? AJ Green?
Rondale Moore?
Rondale Moore.
Yeah.
Christian Kirk?
Yeah, there's no way that the Cardinals are going to carry that offense with just Kyler Murray. James Conner is cool, but Aaron Donald is going to hog up that inside.
Mm-hmm.
So, James
Again,
Conner,
this isn't an elite Cardinals O-line either.
No, they really have nobody on the O-line besides the former Raider.
Mm-hmm.
But I got to go with the Rams here. Even though they're both struggling teams, it also would be really bad when the Rams win to get some momentum. Be on the lookout.
Yeah. I think the Rams, they want to wash that sorry taste out of their mouth.
Yeah.
And I do think they match up better against the Cardinals.
Yeah.
And, this is a Cardinals team that's probably a little more out of sync than the Rams are at this point in the season.
The Rams are the most talented team in the NFL.
If they figure it out, it's scary. They still are dangerous.
Yeah.
All right. I guess we'll have to wait and see how that all turns out.
This is going to be a juicy week of football, man.
Yep,
Even though
super wild card weekend.
Saturday's going to be great. Sunday might be a little iffy. Saturday's going to be great.
Oh, yeah. Saturday's going to be a great day of football. You have the iffy games on Sunday, but then you make it up with the game of the week on that day as well. And then you still have a great Monday night game as well. It's going to be a fun wild card week.